So this is my rock. This is where I come to get my mind off of things when I need to. And we got the highway to the right of me. Sometimes I just look for cars and listen out for like cool cars and shit because I like cars. So, I thought I'd come here and record a little solo podcast. Um, just talking about my journey to becoming a multimillionaire. And I thought this spot would be fitting. We got geese, nature, and some garbage, unfortunately. But we can start by talking about the biggest obstacle I faced in my business so far. So about a month ago, I decided to switch to a prep center. And gotta get that mucus out. So I decided to switch to a prep center, and the retailer I order from was canceling all of my orders, or they started to. Like, things were going smooth at first. Then about like a week or two in, um, they just started canceling all my orders, and I didn't know what to do. It was one of the lowest points I've ever faced in my business, and you know, I got through it. Obviously, ooh, that's a lot of wind. I got through it, but it was rough. Obviously, um, fortunately, I ordered enough to stay in stock during that low period. So my sales didn't really take a hit, but boy, did my mental take a hit. And that's life. You get these really high highs, and then you get these low lows, and that's just the way it goes. So the way I figured it out was jigging the fuck out of everything. Everything. I tried everything under the book, and eventually things started to work. I brought the operation back to my house and hired my cousin. So it's God's timing. You can't question it because my cousin came from the Caribbean. I'm Dominican. I came here when I was 7 years old, and so I have family still over there, and most have made it to the States. And it's a blessing to be able to hire my cousin. He works like 30 hours a week when it's really busy, when we have a lot of inventory coming in. And it's just a blessing to be able to hire your family member. So you can't question God's timing when it comes to these things. You just gotta survive day by day. And that's a what the fuck was that? I heard something. What am I hearing? It's like an animal, or it's like the trees talking to me. I'm not going crazy, I swear. Oh, it's a fucking bird. Anyways, it's a blessing, God has blessed me. Where are you, you fuckface? Show yourself. Anyways, lock in, Gene. Um, Let me go check if this thing is still recording. But like I said, it's a blessing. It truly is a blessing. Are we recording still? We sure the fuck are. But yeah, this is a beautiful spot I like to come to. I've been coming here for so long. Just this little, it's not a rock, but it's kind of like just this boulder. It broke off of something. And sometimes the tide rises, and then there's like this little stick you can walk on to get onto it. And sometimes people are fishing here. I don't recommend you eat the fish from this fucking river because they be dumping hella fucking chemicals on it. And it's just a dirty river. You don't want to really eat that shit. But, I'm doing 100K a month now. And I started Amazon back in summer of 2023 because I just wanted to get my life together. And I was tired of fucking losing. When I started Amazon, I was at my lowest point ever. Financially, mentally. My ex had just broke up with me. And it was just such a low. Like the lowest point I've ever been in my life. And, I just grabbed myself by the bootstraps and went forward. And I was like, you know what? I have a, funnily enough, I have my Amazon account since 2021. Back then, I was like flipping books, going to like these, thrift stores and looking at books and shit. And I just gave up on it because of silly ass reason, because I didn't see the money go into my checking account. But it's like I said, God's time, and so can't question it. I started in 2023, and I've gotten so lucky, man, because I've seen people lose so much money with the Nike Regate. I haven't really seen a lot of that with the Adidas Regate. But it's like after the Nike Regate and after this Q4, I was like, you know what? We need to diversify our brands because I don't want to be relying on one brand like that to make money. And I feel like I've succeeded in doing that. Um, Also, going off track, it's the trees, man. It's the fucking trees. They keep fucking squeaking and shit. But all going off of that into another tangent, I have the 14 Pro, but I'm gonna upgrade to the 15 Pro because I've really been like shooting and filming a lot of stuff with my phone, and I've been loving like learning about like ND filters and like mics and shit, and it's been so fun just learning about this shit. Right now the sun's hitting, so it kind of fucked up my shot a little bit. I think I'd have to look at it on a bigger screen, but it's like I've really been enjoying just like filming and shit and filming shorts, and now I'm filming a short podcast just by myself. I've just been trying to put myself out there more so people can know who I am, and one day I could look back on my journey. I'm, I guess I could sit here and be like, oh, I wish I started that podcast when I was at 0K revenue, but I didn't, and that's life. God's timing, man. You can't question it. Now that I do Amazon full time, I have the time to pump out content, and it's just fun, man. I'm just happy to be here. My next big goal is to learn. Obviously, if you see my Twitter, I've set up Profit First, uh, or like the multiple accounts for Profit First. So I'm trying to figure out how to live off of this income I've built, um, and at the same time keep scaling it, and at the same time retire my parents, because my parents have a house in Dominican Republic, and they just finished building it after so long, and they have some debt that we need to get rid of from building the house. And there was shit on the fucking rock slash boulder, and I didn't even see it. Well, luckily uh, that skipped. I thought it didn't. Luckily I didn't sit on the shit. But once I can get rid of their debt, it's like 20 grand, which is not a lot in comparison. Once I get rid of their debt, then I could just, they could live off of like 500 to $1,000 a month in the Caribbean. Obviously that's how currency works. The U.S. dollar is very meaningful compared to other like, you know, third world countries. And life is just a blessing. Life is just a blessing. But you know, you gotta endure these low lows. Like yesterday, I don't know. I just felt so empty and shit. And I've been trying my best to fight less. You know, I was falling into temptation so much, and recently I've been able to successfully fend off, or not fend off, because I'm not trying to fight it. I'm trying to run from it. I'm trying to run from less, and we've been succeeding the past few days. And usually when I feel such a low at night, is because I folded. I fucking gave in to temptation. But I didn't give in to temptation last night. But I just felt so empty and shit. And I was like, you know what, God, let me just go to sleep. Tomorrow's another day. And today was indeed another day. A beautiful one at that. Yesterday was so windy. It was very windy yesterday. But I'm just I'm just grateful, man. Just grateful to be here, to be in this position. Going back to Amazon, right now I'm trying to get more funding because I don't have enough money to stay in stock for my OA leads or OA inventory. I think I need like, man, maybe like 20 grand more. Mind you, I already have like 90 to truly be in stock for all of my OA leads. So my goal right now is to be in stock for all these leads and not source any more OA. My plan is to get in stock and then start calling wholesalers and brands and start going that direction. Um, Being that I've survived the Nike regate, I've survived the fucking Adidas regate, and I just want something more, more like firm, if that makes sense. That should make sense to you. Um, I enjoy this long form content. You know, I want to put out shit like this. And the reason I keep coming behind the camera is to check that it's recording. Because I don't have that much storage. And that's another reason I want to switch to the 15 Pro Max. Because then I could USB-C, USB-C to SSD, and then USB-C splitter to SSD and microphone. And this is a beautiful thing, you know. My phone is fucked up. It got ran over. My phone got ran over. I was so I quit. I used to work at Walmart, right? I quit Walmart like about like 2 weeks ago, and maybe like a month and a half ago, I was outside pushing carts because that's one of the jobs you have to do. And my phone, I don't know what the fuck I did with it. I like paused my music, and I must have dropped it somewhere. It got ran over, and like the top is like fucking crushed, but it works like a fucking charm. I've had the phone like this for a while now, and it still works. You know, we're going strong, and you know that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. But that's about it for this first episode. I'm gonna pump out, try to pump out a lot of content. Uh, Grateful to God, and God bless you. I'll see you guys another time.